I guess we'll ask here. So like, or just a general topic. So this World Series, like for just like how I wish it's my dream matchup, right? Yankees Dodgers. It's legendary. It's most talked about event, right? And you can tell in LA and I'm sure in New York that was a vibe. So what are the chances you guys think of this repeating? The Yankees repeating back to the AL side, and then the Dodgers repeating back to NL. Do you guys see this being a kind of like a Cavs and Warriors kind of, yearly arc, or you guys think it's one team's going to struggle to continue with this success they had? If so, which team?
I think, I don't know. I have to really look at it because I want to say that the AL is loaded compared to the NL. And the Dodgers division on the NL West, they have the Padres, the Diamondbacks, who, they had success last year. And they have the Colorado Rockies.
The Padres are legit.
Oh, it's like one of your like your bad take about Jordan Love. Is that?
No. What do you wait? Hold on. Time out. Wait, time out. No. Time out. Okay, wait. You're saying AL is harder than NL, and then you go ahead and start comparing like San Diego. You don't know too much about them. San Diego. Have you seen San Diego Padres play?
I'm just saying, I haven't. That's why I said I haven't looked into it enough. But I feel like AL is more stacked than NL, and so I think the Dodgers might have an easier time getting back to the World Series than the Yankees.
The Padres gave the Yankees. I'm not Yankees.
Let's talk about Phillies.
Issue, the Phillies,
Let's talk about Phillies. Now Bryce Harper.
They lost to the Mets.
No, but that's not the point. The team is loaded. Yeah, I agree with you.
If you're loaded, then you're not supposed to lose to the Mets in a qualifying round, right? That's what I'm saying.
No, the team caught on fire, right? But I'm saying you have the Braves. Braves was missing their star player, and they almost made the playoffs, but they got out at the last game of the regular season. They were out. So okay, basically to answer your question, for Yankees to come back to World Series. They're good. They gotta get a little more pitchers here and there, but it's gonna depend on one guy, right? And that's Juan Soto. If Juan Soto's not back with the Yankees, I don't see Yankees going back to the World Series, right? Juan Soto did so much for the Yankees. The Yankees don't even know what he did, right? So I feel that before Juan Soto got there, Yankees didn't even make the playoffs, and even if they did, they got out in the ALCS or ALDS, right? They didn't even sniff the World Series, right? They had Aaron Judge. They had Stanton. They had those other pieces there, right? So, I mean, Juan Soto is a huge, huge piece. If they somehow let Juan Soto walk to the Dodgers or Padres, or not Padres, he came back from Padres, like Giants or Philly or wherever he goes to, right? Any other team,
or
right?
Dodgers, Boston Red
Sox. No, but look. What I'm trying to say is that if Juan Soto does not come back to the Yankees, I don't see Yankees coming back to the World Series. I do feel, on the other hand,
it'll be tough.
Look, I'll be honest with you. Dodgers are so loaded, right? Our pitching staff, right, who are on injured reserve list, could have been a top 2 or top 3 on any of the rosters, right? I mean, we're talking about like guys like Gonsolin was not pitching for us. The guy we got from the Rays, Glasnow, he wasn't pitching for us, right? Clayton Kershaw could have been a fourth starter for some other team, right? We were missing so many good players for pitchers, right? And they weren't pitching for us, right? So I do feel that I think Dodgers have a better chance to getting back to the World Series. And I'm not saying because NL is weak. NL is loaded, man. D-backs are good. Giants are good. I mean, NL West is by itself is good, But then you throw in teams like Philly, the Mets, who are getting back up. Atlanta. I mean, I'm missing probably a few other teams out there, but if you look at the L, you have the Yankees, right? That's about it. And there's a big drop down after that.
The Orioles are pretty good, Royals and Guardians.
They're not competitive to, as you can see, right? You guys went through the playoffs. Royals did not challenge you. The Guardians couldn't even challenge you guys, right? You can see that for NLDS, Dodgers against the Padres, people picked Padres to beat the Dodgers, and Dodgers won the division by like 5 games, right? That's how sad it was. Like, Dodgers have Shohei Ohtani, Mookie, and Freeman, and you have writers, everyone picking the Padres to beat the Dodgers in NLDS, right? That's how sad it is. No one picked against the Yankees, against the Royals. No one did. everyone thought Yankees were going to win. You can disagree with me maybe, but I really think 80%, 90% of people thought that Yankees were going to beat the Royals, the Riders, right?
Well,
I want to say 70% of people thought Padres were going to beat the Dodgers. You know, Jeter, Alex, Ortiz, they all picked the Padres to beat the Dodgers. That's how loaded Padres are, right? So
Padres were
just
favored
to
too.
get exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it's harder to come out of the NL West, but I do feel the Yankees are still a top team. But it's really going to depend on Juan Soto, right? And you agree with the fact that Juan Soto has done so much this year, you know, just to kind of take some pressure off like Stanton and Judge and all those guys, you know. So I do feel Yankees are the clear favorite in the AL for sure going forward.
So but by your logic, the Yankees would be repeating back to the World Series just because you think they have an easier road to there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The Dodgers have a lot more tough, like, you know. I mean, Phillies will probably get better next year. They probably won't get bounced in the first round. So but I mean, again, as a baseball fan, you can't ask for anything more than this. This was a great series, even though, you know, like there was the Yankees legitimately could have been tied because if you know, Freddie Freeman doesn't hit that walk-off home run, or they don't have a comeback in the fifth inning, like this could have been a much closer series. So, you know,
they would have won Game 5.
Yeah,
or if they would have won Game 5 coming back.
Yeah.
You know the pressure. You know the pressure the Dodgers would have had. Like that's insane. That would have. I don't know. Let me ask a Yankee fan a question. How much you paying Juan Soto? Do you guys want him back as a Yankee fan? Because the number is going to look more towards starting with 6 or 7, and not 5 or 4. What do you think?
I mean, if the money makes sense, then yeah. But if some team is offering him Shohei money, then I don't think the Yankees are going to probably resign him. I don't know if Dodgers can afford him. Or maybe they can, and maybe he can do the same deal as Shohei. Tony says, you know, just give me $6 million a year or something.
Yeah.
I don't know which superstar does that.
Maybe if Juan Soto says that, just give me $6 million a year, and then I'll take the remaining, you know, in year 10 or something. Then I think they'll. But if I think his agent is Scott Boras, and so if he starts demanding, if I'm the Yankees, I would say, okay, go test the market and see who gives you the offer and bring it back to us, and we'll take it from there. And but we definitely need Juan Soto back because it alleviates the pressure from Aaron Judge. And with Stanton, you never know because he's been mostly injured, and so you can't really count. I can't really count on him. I mean, this season he did good, and especially in the playoffs he did good.
Yeah.
But can't really count on Stanton. So if we lose out on Juan Soto, then I think we have to go get another big bat.
I agree.
If you listen to his post game, it sounds like he's already one foot out the door though. Like he wasn't saying.
I didn't like his post game press conference because he was. Yeah. He should have just said, I'm not even thinking about that. You know, we lost. And it's a tough loss.
I'm listening to whoever makes the highest bid. Like you could tell he's already like, I don't care. I'm in it for the money. Yeah. Like he didn't really. He wasn't even hurt that they lost.
He said every team has the same opportunity.
Yeah,
he said every team has the same opportunity. You know how
the one reporter actually I gave him an option, be like, so you're saying you want to come back in? He's like, no. I'm just saying I can go anywhere. Like, whoever offers me.
And I think the other thing is Judge signed for like what 300 and something odd million, right? And if the Yankees give Juan Soto like $550 million, for example, that makes Judge feel like, okay, so you don't think that I'm worth as much, then he's probably gonna want to like renegotiate at some point, right, and get more than that. Obviously, he will get more when his contract is up, but then I think every team has to have a walk away point, a certain number they stick to, and then after that, if there's another team that pays Juan Soto $600 million, then I would probably say go for it. We'll go find another. It's better to go find maybe another big bat or other few or a couple more bats that can fill in for Juan Soto and add more depth. And then maybe build our pitchers. Maybe go trade for another pitcher or so.
Yeah.
Great. What do you think of Juan Soto? Are you from Rajasthan right now or what, man?
Dude, oh my God. This internet, I just looked at Spectrum services down in my area. That's why.
No.
So I missed a lot of what you guys said. And I don't want to go back because I could hear everything you guys were saying in the back, but I had to reset the whole thing. Juan Soto, I just hope he doesn't pull a Kevin Durant and go to the team that beat him. That's what I hope he doesn't do. Because if you're a true competitor, why would you want to go to a team that beat you?
That's a very good point.
So if you're a competitor, you want to keep it and come back and take it back. But I think the Dodgers are too strong, man. Dodgers too strong. The Dodgers are becoming the Lakers, where everyone wants to come and play in LA. It's Southern California. Why wouldn't you want to, right?
Pre-LeBron.
With LeBron, yeah. I mean, just so many opportunities. Other than sports itself, with endorsements, you have so many opportunities in Southern California. Yes, you have it in New York as well, but there's a reason why Southern California's got the best weather in the United States, man. You know, there's a reason why people want to come here. So I hope he doesn't go, although he didn't perform like he should have performed. I'll be very honest with you. I was very disappointed with how all the Yankees performed. And I think it was a mental game. The Dodgers continued to fight, whether they were up or whether they were down, just continued to play. The Yankees, when they felt it, they quit. I think they really quit. And at the point, they were very stunned with what had happened, that they just said, screw it. It's, they start thinking too far ahead. Like, what's the point now? We got 2 more games to go. We're barely winning it now. They were just not mentally strong. That's it.
I don't think they quit. They just couldn't, perform and hit as they should. This kind of reminds me of like the Dodgers of the Kershaw era, where the Dodgers were the favorites to go to the World Series, but then Kershaw, or the Dodgers, blew it in big games, and they couldn't get to the World Series.
Kershaw did a lot,
I don't think the Yankees were ever favored during the regular season for the American League, were they?
Yeah,
you think so?
They were. After they got Juan Soto. And obviously another question we asked while you're going in now was who has an easier path coming back to the World Series, Dodgers or the Yankees?
Oh, the Dodgers, the team to beat for the next 3-4 years, man. It's not even about
which conference is harder though. Which conference is a little tougher overall? Like, what do you think?
I think the National League has a lot better teams that are closer as far as competition is concerned. I think American League has a lot more gaps. I mean, you still have the Braves. You still have the Padres. Just forget the league. Just within its own division. I mean, the Diamondbacks are going to do really well next year as well. It just
Giants,
yeah.
The Giants, they're all like, great
the Boston
ownership.
Celtics right now. Like the Celtics are just in another league of their own, and everyone else in the East is just kind of like okay.
And the West is like 1 through 10. And the West, like Lakers, and like you have OKC and Denver.
The Yankees should be relevant for a long time. As long as they keep Soto, they should be relevant for a long time.
They start off on the right note, man.
Continues.
They signed Derek Carr to a 4-year, $134 million today. So I mean,
he's our best pitcher. So
So, I mean,
we need to go find another ace. And I think, we'll probably need to get some more, depending on what happens with Juan Soto, maybe get a well-rounded roster with, some more hitters.
I just think it's not about hitting. I think you actually just work on defense. Like throw to first, run to first. Like Derek Carr should just run to first. Like start running right now to first.
Every team does that every game.
So do you guys
from the mound to first, just go run right now. Like you're like, come on, let's go.
That's like saying Kershaw should have, thrown, like his curveball or whatever, and shouldn't give those big home runs. Just put it in, do it in practice. But hey, he messes up, and then Dodgers lose, right?
How much of Yankees losses do you guys would put on Aaron Boone, and the fact that he's not very like you said, these errors that they had, costly errors, or a team not being ready or prepared. Do you think that has to do a lot? Because Dave Roberts was very engaged. He's very fired up. And Aaron Boone was just kind of just like spitting sunflower seeds the entire game. That's all you saw him doing. He didn't say anything. Do you guys put a lot of blame on him?
I put most of them on him.
Get into the manager, probably?
I'll start this one. Aaron Boone became the Dave Roberts, right? In game 1. Started off the series like that. Because Dave Roberts, in the World Series, took out pitchers too early or kept them too late. He just didn't know when to pull him or when to take him out, right? And Aaron Boone did exactly the same thing in game 1, right? Why take out Garrett Cole when we couldn't even hit him? Right? I understand that Garrett Cole has not pitched 90 pitches. Has not, right? I agree with that. And he was hovering around like 80, 85 and took him out. Why? We were not even hitting on him. And they took him out, and that's when Dodgers struck again, right? So why even take him out that early, right? In the game 1, he could have went 7 innings instead of taking 5 innings. That's it, right? He became the Dave Roberts basically. That's Dave Roberts used to do that all the time. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I mean, the blame does go on Aaron Boone, but nobody was blaming him in the Guardians and the Royal Series. That's because the Yankees were hitting, and then the pitchers were pitching. And then against the Dodgers, they were not. And as far as mannerisms, Dave Roberts being more hyped and engaged, and Boone, eating sunflower seeds and chewing gum. I think people, manage games and react to pressures, are engaged differently. I mean, from my standpoint, Aaron Boone was just as much engaged with spitting out the sunflower seeds, and chewing gum compared to it's just like
But when you have like a
Dodgers
young team
manager.
like the Yankees, wouldn't you want to be a little bit more like on them about like the fundamentals of things?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that should be coached every day, though, right? Like fundamentals, But then, like, you can teach it, but if players, don't execute it, that's on the players. But I mean, ultimately, the blame does get on the manager, and the coaches get fired, the managers get fired, right? Because even the players mess up.
Because if the reverse happened, where the Dodgers players made the same mistake Yankees did, Dave Roberts, when they go back to the dugout, they didn't give them an earful, like each and every single one of them, like, what the hell are we doing? This is how we lose games. You didn't see that with Aaron Boone happening, like after they made that error, and even when they went up one, you just kind of felt like, okay, well, this is inevitable. We're gonna lose. Come on, guys, let's just try our best. Like I wish he had that like fire that you expect. Maybe it's a teaching moment for him. Who knows?
No, can I say something about this? So I watched a lot of Yankees games this year, and the one thing I noticed this year is that Boone does not have control of the team. The team is controlled. The players are running the team. That's the problem. The players are not afraid of Boone. They're not afraid of Boone sitting him up, putting him. They don't fear their coach, and I think they need to go. I'm surprised Boone's still around. I'm surprised they let him go already. I'll be very honest. I mean, they need to find someone outside of the New York connection, bring someone from away from somewhere else, and so that the players can listen. Right? I just think that Boone just sat behind. He had all the big bats. The Yankees have not had great pitching for almost 10, 12 years. They continuously go out and keep buying bats. They're not buying pitching. They haven't done it in 10 years, 10, 12 years. They need to understand you can't just hit every game. This is an example, right? They couldn't hit against the Dodgers pitchers at all. They had a very hard time. They need to go and get pitching so that if your hitting can't do it, at least your defense will help you out a little bit. They don't have 2 or 3 aces like the Dodgers do. From what I've seen, I think 80% of the moves the Dodgers have made in the last 2-3 years has been pitching. Right? They may have that big bat name that came, but they've got all these people that they're bringing from someone else's farming system, and they're doing great. I think the Dodgers have too many pitchers, to be honest with you, right? So their problem is that they have too many good pitchers. They don't know who to put in, whereas other teams don't have enough pitchers to put in. That's what's going on.
Yeah. And again, and again, it comes back to when you have like, Jeters and A-Rods, even Ortiz, after the game one coming out saying, why is Aaron Boone bringing in Castro, who's a starting pitcher, over Wells, who's more ready for that pressure environment as a reliever? Because relievers are brought into that pressurized situation already, right? Hey, you're going in with bases loaded. Don't give any hits, right? But starting pitcher's mentality is, I have 5 innings. I gotta just, I have that
warm up a little bit,
Exactly, right? So Castro came in, boom, first hit, Ohtani foul, boom, that's it, right? Second pitch, grand slam, gone, right?
Yeah.
So when they start, when people who are sitting and they're Hall of Famers, I'm sure as a Yankee fans, you guys are not arguing against Jeter when he said that. Why not bring in Wells, right? I mean, you guys probably think Boone made a right decision, but again, when the Yankees great say that, why not Wells? He's a reliever. He's ready for this pressure situation. Why bring in Castro? What was the thought process, right? Even Jeter said, your thing should have been get out of this inning with Wells, who's a reliever, and then go to extra inning with Castro, who can pitch 4 innings or 3 innings, and that could have won you the game, right? That's where the game management comes in, basically. And that's what Dave Roberts used to mess up back in 17 and 18 in World Series. Take out pitchers or bring in wrong pitchers. Why not bring this guy in? So it's like growing pain, right? So I think Yankees will be ready.
Dave Roberts went through that pain.
Exactly.
And Aaron Boone has to go through the same.
But the thing is, do they have support, though? Do Dodgers organization support Dave Roberts? Dude, I was one of the guys who said fire Dave Roberts, like every year, when we choked. But Dodgers management support Dave Roberts so much. It's unbelievable. I don't think Yankees have the same type of management system, though. I think they might let him go. If
they should.
They don't. So. Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree that the team doesn't listen to Boone or he doesn't have a grasp on the team, because I think if they didn't, then we wouldn't have gone this far.
You could get far with talent alone.
Yeah, you could, but I mean, you've seen examples of other where the players, have more of a voice and they don't care about the coach. They can, I guess they can make the playoffs, but then they won't go and win championships, per se, right? I mean, good example, even though I hate to bring it up, is probably Portland. In the Rasheed Wallace era days, we had good players, but then the players were overpowering, and along with bad attitude, we went to the playoffs, or we didn't win championships or anything like that, right? But it's growing pains. We picked up Boone's option. I think we had 1 year left on him, so we picked it up. So I think this is going to be like a make or break for him, and
exactly.
Who knows? Maybe after next season, we might bring in another manager, or we might re-sign Boone. But I think Boone has done good. I think the Dodgers and the Yankees probably would have met in the World Series earlier if not for the Astros.
Yeah.
I think in 2018-19, Yankees and Astros went to the ALCS and, went to like Game 7s and Game 6, and I think if not for the cheating scandal, I think the Yankees would have, probably beat the Astros at least one of the years.
Exactly.
I mean, that game, Aaron Judge was doing really well. He was hitting, the pitchers were doing good. But, and Boone, I think, coached well, managed well. So, it's a World Series, so it's growing pains. And, I'm sure Boone, reflecting on it, he probably would have, with the, hindsight being 2020, he would probably take some of those decisions back and if you could redo it, he would redo it, and probably, bring out different pitchers.
Awesome.
All right, you guys want to move on?
I think the Yankees have too many big bats. I'll be very honest with you.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I think they need to get rid of Carr. I think they let Soto walk and get someone that can steal base or someone that can get on base. I think everyone's just trying to slug it out of there. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think the Yankees, they need a well-rounded team where like the 7, 8, 9 batters should be hitting really, not really well, but they should be a threat, to hit as well. Correct. Back in the 90s when the Yankees had their success, they had a very well-rounded team, throughout 1 through 9, right? With pitching, they didn't have any superstars except Jeter. Everyone else was just, really good players, with they didn't feel the New York, pressure because they weren't stars, except Jeter, and Jeter was able to handle the pressure really well, and the pitchers did what they had to do, and so I think the Yankees should build a roster around that, not put, not have just 2 or 3 big, superstars, in terms of like batters, and then have, all the pressure on them, and if they don't perform, the whole team just goes down, just have a well-rounded team 1 through 9, and I think that would serve them well.
Well, perfect example, Dodger, right? NLCS MVP was 8th hitter, Tommy Edman. That's what you need, a guy, in the bottom of the order winning the MVP. But yeah, Tapper, like you said, let's move on to football, right?
Let's do it.
All right, man.
All right, so first game we got to cover because we have huge Green Bay Packers fan in the house. Losing to the Detroit Lions are the Green Bay Packers.
Go, Pack, go.
Mr. Pick Six himself had another nice pick six in that game. So, I mean, the Lions look good. Lions, come on, Kerry, you got to admit the Lions look pretty good, right?
Lions are good.
Well,
take that pick six away, and it's a 17-14 game. So that's on us. That's like, but it's a much closer game, and I think the Packers defense played well. The Lions are the class of NFC North, and probably the NFC. And I think the Lions were more prepared. They handled the elements really well.
Yeah, that was
which was surprising compared to the Packers.
Yeah,
and I think Jordan Love does need to. He needs to not overdo it and take risk in those situations where he's being pressured and there's a blitz. It's, just throw it to the ground. You don't need to throw it up in the air and hoping one of your players is going to catch. Just throw it to the ground and incompletion, and you have another down, or you punt it, and it's not the end of the world, right? So those pick sixes definitely hurt. Even if they're not pick sixes, but just those type of plays where, he's overdoing it and he wants to be a superhero. He needs to cut down on that. He needs to be smarter with the ball and just throw it away. So yeah, that's on Jordan Love.
He had 3 fumbles that weren't lost, but I mean, he had 3 fumbles that because the center wasn't getting the ball to him properly. It was like just wobbly all over the place. You can just see him trying to struggle to even catch the ball in the heavy rain.
Yeah,
that was a rough game to watch for sure. I was surprised that Jared Goff looked that good though.
Honestly, all I heard going to this week, week 9, right? Sunday football.
Yeah.
All I heard was, hey, Detroit's for real. Jared Goff, can he play outside? Can he play in this kind of environment? Because Jared Goff is known to play in the dome, right? He plays well in Detroit. He plays in good in dorm, situation, right? All I heard is, can Detroit win? Can Jared Goff do this? It felt like, can Jordan Love even play outdoors too now? That's a question mark. It felt like Jordan Love wasn't prepared to play outdoor in Lambeau. But Jared Goff.
Well, I think Jordan Love was dealing with
prepared.
Yeah, but he was also dealing with a groin injury.
Or concussion, whatever the case. Yeah, that's fine.
He didn't have a concussion. He was dealing with a groin injury, so he maybe might not have been able to do what he was doing.
So I think we should put the question aside for Jared Goff. Can he play outdoors? Yes, he can. And you know what? Division game. Packers needed this game more than Detroit needed it, because Packers are chasing Detroit right now and Minnesota, right? So I think this game was huge, and especially being in Lambeau, because they're gonna face again. I don't know. I think week 14 they face each other in Detroit, and that stadium's gonna be loud. But them losing,
we won last year in Detroit, so
I know. But Detroit just has swag, man. They're ready for this,
Detroit is so fuming from last year's loss. I'm telling you, man. They are a team to beat. Now, they may not make it to the Super Bowl. I think they are going to make it. They have to get through. They're doing
the Rams.
People are scared of Detroit right now, man.
Please. The Rams are like really North and Detroit and Green Bay's class right now.
But I think Detroit is a team to fear.
Yeah.
I will be honest with you.
Yeah.
With their best defensive guy out, look at them. They're still doing great.
Yeah.
Right?
That's kind of crazy. Their defense has stepped up.
I think I still fear the 49ers more as a Packers fan than the Lions. Because
you don't know what the CMC is going to come out of. You don't know when he's going to come.
Yeah, but I mean, the way I look at it is like with Jordan Love throwing that pick six, it's a 17-14 game. It's a 3-point game. Right? It's not like the Detroit Lions, were blowing the Packers out. And it's like
that same thing with Minnesota, though. That same thing with Minnesota and the Packers, right? Minnesota went up like 28-3, and Green Bay made a comeback, and you guys almost won that game, but you guys lost. But that doesn't matter. It was desperate game. It was desperate.
If you make the Packers,
right?
If you make the Packers out to be so bad and Jordan Love can't play in this league, according to you,
I don't think
then we should have lost it. We should have lost to the Vikings, 29-3, and then to the Lions 45-3 or something like that, right? Our defense is really good this year, and Jordan Love has to kind of control his boneheaded plays, and we're right there. We lost by 3. That's the way I see it. We lost by 3.
I don't think Jordan Love is ready to play outdoors. He's not ready for the situation, The cold and snowy.
He plays in the outdoors. What kind of statement is that?
That's a bad take, video.
That's a bad take. He plays. You're not joking. You said that again.
I'm trolling.
He plays in the outdoors, but he can't play.
Because I'm trolling, because the thing with Jared Goff, that was a whole naysay on him coming to right? That Jared Goff can't do that, right? And so he became a Jared Goff, right? Who couldn't play outdoors. He couldn't be ready for it, right?
Here's the thing, okay? Packers have 2 issues right now, okay, when going up against the Lions. Number one, they can't generate pass rush. And that's not just against the Lions. In general, Packers can't generate pass rush to put pressure on the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So Jared Goff, looks like, Tom Brady against, the Packers because he has so much time, right? The other thing is, our offensive line is not as strong as it has been in the years past. Combine that with Jordan Love's boneheaded plays, in every single game. He has an interception in every single game. And then he's had 2 pick sixes already this season, And so, if you just kind of, get the offensive line to be consistent. And in this game against Detroit, we had a lot of, penalties that were on the Packers, with false starts, and so that just puts you even back, and against a good team like the Lions, you can't have, if you're like 3rd and 3 and if you have a a false start, now you're like what third and 8, you just can't have that, right? And then you can't jump off sides, against the Lions, when it's like 4th and 5, and they're trying to try to get you off sides, so it's just these penalties, that. So like I think the Lions were definitely more prepared. They're better than the Packers. They're better than most every team in the NFL, probably except the Chiefs. And they're the team to beat in the NFC. But as a Packers fan, I don't fear the Lions. We weren't like run out of the building like against the Titans, like where we're like 40-3 or whatever the score was, or 40-10 or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Jordan Love's pick six made it worse. But if he doesn't have that pick six, what are we looking at here?
Look,
3-point game.
Look, all seriousness, right? I do feel Minnesota's gonna make the wild card, and Green Bay's gonna make the playoffs as well, and Detroit's gonna win that division, right? So 3 teams are coming from that side, obviously. I already know that, and we don't know what's gonna happen with San Francisco in that division, right? And you brought up the Chiefs right now, right? I mean, look, one injury will push you back, right? Today, Mahomes limped off, right? We don't know what it's gonna be.
He looks fine.
MCL, ACL. No. His knee kind of buckled, right? We don't know what happened, right? He walked off in his own power, but again, look, last year, Rodgers kind of limped off to his own power, and that was Achilles right there, right? So we don't know what happens with Mahomes, right? Again, if Pat Mahomes out and if he's ready, who's going to take that, right? So basically, all in all, Packers are a good team. Minnesota's a good team.
Well, before you crown KC champs again, you've got the Baltimore Ravens, man. They're lurking behind.
No,
I'm telling you,
Baltimore. They are. I agree.
I think Baltimore is a better team than KC. Forget what KC's done in the past. Yes, they've won 2 years, how many years in a row. Look at it this year. Baltimore is the team to fear. I'm telling you, even Steelers are not that bad, but I still think the Baltimore Ravens are the team to beat this year.
They're loaded.
Yeah, that's all they were missing.
King Henry and Lamar and all that.
Yeah,
and
tell us what you think.
KC.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I have Baltimore winning it all this year. I've said it from the beginning. I think they are the team to beat.
So do I.
Adding Derek Henry was the best they could have done for that franchise.
Yep.
I'm still sticking with KC, man.
The way the Chiefs are winning, they're winning. I mean, they're beating. Obviously, Buccaneers were down 2 weapons today.
No, Tapper, did you see how D-Hop played today with Mahomes? He looks like D-Hop from Houston. Like,
but you
got
imagine
a QB to play with now.
Buccaneers didn't have Godwin and they didn't have Evans, and they still went into overtime.
Correct.
Like they're barely getting by these wins.
I know Mahomes was out,
but they're barely getting by these teams. So I mean, they also barely beat a couple of the Falcons as well.
But Tapas,
so like
you want back-to-back Super Bowls, right? I mean, you're gonna get tired. You're gonna get like bored, right, with the league. I mean, they're still 8-0. I mean, until the playoffs, if Cincinnati, Baltimore, if they can knock out KC and knock out Pat Mahomes, healthy Pat Mahomes. Look, Pat Mahomes is injured. I'll tell you right now, Baltimore seem to be there. If this comes out saying that he's out for the year, if Pat Mahomes is out for the year, I agree. Baltimore's going to be
that changes everything.
The whole thing, right? With that injury. But what I'm trying to say,
somebody until the Ravens or the Bills beat the Chiefs are still the best. That is still the team to beat. We said the same thing, and people said the same thing about the Bills. Look, watch out for the Bills, with Josh Allen and that defense, but when it comes to playoffs, right? Like the Chiefs defense comes to play, right? The defense comes to play. I'm not even talking about the offense. The defense comes to play, and they shut everyone down, right? Look at the Super Bowl last year. Like Niners offense, Kittle, EMC. And those two Debo, right?
And Ayuk.
All those wide receivers and the running back, it's hard to stop that offense, but the Chiefs were able to do it, right? Even though it went into overtime. So, the Chiefs defense, they come to play when it matters the most, even though, they're going into overtime against the Bucks but they're like, what, 8-0 now, and
8-0, man.
Nobody has been able to beat them, right?
If they try to go undefeated, that'd be the worst thing for them. I mean, they have the easiest schedule going forward. They got the Broncos, Bills,
they shouldn't go undefeated.
If they go undefeated, that's a bad sign for them.
That's a really super bad sign, man. But,
we know how the NFL is. We know how the NFL is. Doesn't matter what your record is, as long as you get in the playoffs, man. It's one game at a time, man. That's it. And if they get hot at they get hot at the right time, I just don't see anyone beating Baltimore right now. I'll be very honest with you. Yeah. They might not have the best record, but when it comes down to Lamar Jackson's got a guy who can run now. Before Lamar Jackson had to run it, he was doing too much before. They need to keep him healthy, and the way to keep him healthy is behind that offensive line, right? And they've got Derrick Henry's a beast, man. You can't. That guy gets 4 or 5 yards after you've got 4 guys on him, right? I don't see anyone beating Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree. I know, like, again, until they beat them, but I agree. I think the Baltimore is on paper the better team. I think Lamar Jackson, probably going to come off another MVP this year, is going to have to really prove himself in this playoff. So I think this is the year that he does change it and they take it all. Let's go to a game that I know Keneal is dying to talk about, which is the Seahawks and the Rams, which now Rams beating the Seahawks 26-20 in overtime after Puka gets ejected. And now they are tied with the Cardinals, of all people, for first place. I mean, what a shitty division that is.
Hey, look, going into that season, man, going to the season, I thought it was San Francisco's division just taking it all and, like, calling it quits, right? But with CMC out, they're playing how Rams are playing. They're 4-4 as well. They had a bye week. They didn't play this week. The Rams won. This was a division game just like the Packers Detroit. We needed this game, right? So we have a leg up on Seattle and leg up on Niners. We beat them head-to-head so far. So we're ahead right now. So, I mean, look, Stafford didn't have Puka or he didn't have Cup for like 5 weeks, right? And everyone talked about trading everybody away. But look, if you're missing your 2 best players, I mean, who the hell Stafford's going to throw it to, man? A water boy?
Correct.
I mean, even he can't play well, right? So, I mean, to be honest with you, we only had, Williams, our running back, playing well. That's it. Nobody else, man. So now you can see, right? The person who caught the game-winning touchdown was Robinson, right? Robinson became the first option when Puka and Cup went out, right? Robinson's not a first option, so he struggled. Now Puka and Cup are there. Robinson's a good third option, and that's the reason why he played well, and he caught that game-winning touchdown because no one looks at him, right? So look, this division is up for grabs, and I disagree. I don't know who said it. I think Tapas or my brother said it. CMC coming back, Niners are going to take it. Look, man, when you have 2, not 1, but 2 Achilles, like tender injury or whatever you're coming back with, the guy's not going to play with full force. And running backs are going to be, going through the middle and putting pressure on those Achilles, right? So with CMC coming back, I don't think he plays well at all this year, to be honest with you. If I'm Niners, I'll just get him out right now and, like, look for next year. But look, he can rupture those Achilles and he'll be out for 2 years, So Niners are back, and Debo's not playing well on and off. Kittles is playing well. And then you have Purdy being Purdy, system QB playing well, right? So I do think that division is up for grabs. That's my view. What is your guys' take?
Yeah, the division up for grabs for sure, but none of the teams are legitimate threats. So there's no point.
Correct. It doesn't really make a difference. I think even if they went out in their division.
Who's scary in NFC? No one's scary in NFC at all right now, to be honest with you.
I think the Eagles are pretty scary.
Anyone can come out and I don't know, man. I mean, they're good.
I think
they're loaded.
I think the Eagles are.
They're not scary though, man.
Right?
Say that again, Tapas.
What?
The Eagles are a better team than Rams, right? They're a better team.
100%, yeah.
So are the Commanders. So those are they're not scary, but they're scary.
Yeah. Look, what I'm trying to say what I'm saying about scary is, like, Bills are really good, right? In the AFC, right? I mean, AFC. Chiefs are good. Cincinnati Bengals are good, right? Those are the big dogs, right? In NFC, except for Eagles, right, who are loaded like crazy top to bottom, there's nobody else. Detroit's good, actually. Sorry, let me take that back. Detroit's pretty loaded top to bottom, right? Vikings, the Rams beat them, right? I mean, any given Sunday, right? We beat them on Thursday Night Football, right? Packers are there, right? But, like, I think it's up for grabs, I think, Even though Detroit played well, it's still Jared Goff. We had him for 5 years,
hypothetically, if the Rams win the division, they play the Packers first round, Rams going to get their asses kicked.
Yeah,
right.
Packers are going to be favorite.
Let's be serious here, right?
The Rams should just forfeit and not show up for the game because
right?
it's like, what's the point?
Just know which is a superior team, right?
Wait, we were up by a touchdown at halftime without Cooper Kupp and Puka, right? Just say we were there in that game, right? Now the Rams and Packers.
I tried to make the same argument with the Lions and Packers. If not for Jordan Love's pick 6, it was only a 3-point game. But hey,
so
you will get to say it back again when you guys face them in Detroit, right? Later on, you guys will get to say it back, right? When you guys are healthy. Let's see if you guys can play well and beat Detroit. Same thing with Rams. If we're lucky enough to make the playoffs and face the Packers, healthy Rams facing Packers, I like my shot with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
he's a champ.
I got two birds in the Super Bowl, man. I got the Ravens and Eagles. I think a bird's gonna win it this year, man. I think so. I think Detroit's great. I think they're gonna.
I can see them making it Yeah, I can see the Eagles making it if they fire Siri anyway now. But yeah, I can see the Eagles making it if they do that.
Both those teams needed a running back. They both got the running back that they needed. I'll tell you that right now. Two of the best, 5, 6.
Did you see that play by Saquon? I've never seen that before. That's not even
I don't think anyone's ever seen that before.
Out of nowhere play.
I don't think anyone's seen that before.
I'm like, shit, like I've never seen that before. Like, how did he even do that? That's crazy.
What was Giants thinking? Let him walk out of the door.
Fly, Eagles fly, bro. That's it.
Walk out the door,
bro.
Like
he made the Giants eat their words so bad. He had over 200 yards rushing that game. Holy crap, man!
He's tearing it up.
Yeah, but with Juan Soto, with Juan Soto, the Padres let him go, and who was he with before the Padres? Phillies? Nationals. Yeah, the Nationals, traded him to the Padres, right? And Padres traded him to the Yankees. So, like, you can't really make the same comparison.
Do you know what that tells me?
It's a perfect fit for Yankees.
Do you know what that tells me? That tells me there's locker room issues with that guy. Doesn't matter how big your bat is. If you can't get
that's true.
Or
he's looking for the bag. So that's again, his post conference, he wants a bag. That's all you care about.
I agree with that, man.
So okay, you agree? It's gonna be the Ravens against the Eagles or Ravens against the Lions?
I'm thinking the KC to come out from the AFC.
KC, man.
And then from the NFC, me not being biased as a Packers fan, right now I'll give the edge to the Lions.
Ooh.
Look,
the rival.
Like I said, if Mahomes healthy, if hopefully everything comes back good, I still pick KC from the beginning, and they'll face the Rams, and Rams will probably defeat KC in the Super Bowl, and Rams will be the champs again. So I mean,
this is a podcast. You got to be unbiased, right? You can't be pulling a Skip Bayless on this,
You can't say unbiased and say Kenny in the same sentence. The dude still think Lakers can win it all.
That for sure. Okay, look, honestly, my pick is still the same. I still think it's going to be a rematch of last year's Super Bowl.
Really?
Niners and KC. Yeah.
No. I think the Lions are better than the Niners at this point.
You just said that the Rams will win their division. Now you're saying the Niners are going to make the Super Bowl? How's that going to work?
That division is up for grabs. No, that division is up for grabs. I didn't say Rams will win.
So you still think that the Rams will lose and the Niners will win a division?
No, don't make the playoff. I mean, look, playoff is still up for grabs, right? I mean, Rams started off horrible, 1-5 or 1-4, whatever the case was, right? Uphill battle, right? And we're 4-4 finally. So. I mean, look, anything can happen, right? I mean, look, I'm always gonna root for my Rams, but again, Niners are Niners, right? They're like the Eagles; they're loaded top to bottom, right? They have the best offense, the best defense, right? I mean,
I was in the Niners. I had the Niners and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna put the Niners anymore. It's gonna be the Ravens and the Lions for me.
That's what I had before the season started.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I had before the season started.
I gotta see Lions making the Super Bowl with Derek Goff. I mean, if Lions make the Super Bowl, I'll tell you right now, it'll be the Super Bowl for whoever wins it, man. Because I don't think Derek Goff can do it. The big games.
Yeah, they have unfinished business. They have unfinished business, man, from last year.
You still doubt Jared Goff, huh? What does that do have to prove to you, man?
We had
your team. Offense. You kicked him out.
Well, we had the best.
And then he goes to a better team.
We had the best offense, and he couldn't do anything with Patriots. Best offense.
The Packers also have unfinished business too. I mean, we had the 49ers on the ropes too, if not for a missed field goal and not scoring more touchdown. And so it'll be interesting. When that NFC field is set
one team for sure that's not going to be in the Super Bowl is the Cowboys, which is Keneal's second favorite team. Cowboy Keneal, how you feeling, man?
The Lions.
Oh man, they're boys.
You picked them again this week to win, and I told you they are a terrible team with a terrible quarterback, and now that terrible quarterback is also injured, and there's now this thing they might throw in what's his name? I just feel the other Trey Lance out there just to see what he looks like.
Hey, look, Cowboys were done last week, man. They were done.
Look,
they're done.
If Trey Lance and Dak Prescott played the same number of games, I don't think there would be much of a big gap. I'm not saying Lance is better than Prescott, but the outcome would be very.
Right.
They might be off by 1 or 2 games here or there, man. Prescott is not doing what he's supposed to do, man. He's not. He just
with the money he got paid. That's my issue. You pay him that much money, and then this is what you get in return. Like, bro, no.
I agree.
I think what the Cowboys should have done was they should have fired Mike McCarthy. I don't like saying that because he's a former Packers coach, won Super Bowl. But after that loss last year in the playoffs, I think they should have fired Mike McCarthy. Should have brought in a coach, whoever they picked, you know.
Belichick would have been perfect.
No, because Jerry Jones loves power, and you know,
Bill Belichick Jerry Jones needs to fire Jerry Jones. That's the problem. He's too freaking involved.
That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
I know, right? But that's
too much
the
of an
issue.
ego, man. Too much ego.
Yes.
Because right now, Cowboys' offense reminds me a lot of like the Packers' offense with Mike McCarthy. It's very stale. It's very predictable. You know, there is no creativity. You know, during the last year of McCarthy with the Packers, you know, that was a common complaint. You know, common criticism that this offense, you know, it's just, you know, the defense knows what we're gonna do. You know, it's just like, you know, we had no running. Well, we had Aaron Jones, but still, it was just very predictable, and there was no creativity, and the defense, you know, were able to know ahead of time what we were going to do, and McCarthy got fired, and I think that's the same thing that's happening with the Cowboys, you know. So I think they need another young, bright offensive mind as a head coach, and then I probably would have liked to see how Dak did under a new head coach this season, and then give him the contract, you know, in this offseason. But yeah, I don't agree with Jerry Jones giving him that contract because especially the way you can put that loss on Mike McCarthy in the playoff loss, but like, come on, Dak also like did bad with the pick six and just the way he played,
did
right?
Not show up at all, man.
I think the Cowboys are the LA Clippers of the NFL, man. I'm telling you, they're just tainted. They really are, man. It doesn't matter who they get, they just can't get over that hump, man.
Before we go ahead.
No, I mean, if the Cowboys are good, that's better for the NFL. They're just not there. Jerry Jones is too involved. That's the problem. He's not letting his staff make the decisions that they need to make. It doesn't make sense.
I agree.
Yeah, they should have never signed Prescott to this deal. No, you know, they should have gone.
Who's never gave Lamb that contract either?
Yeah, I like their backup quarterback. I can't remember his name, but he played about 4 or 5 games last year. He did pretty well himself. Yeah, there you go. He did really good himself. I don't think there's much of a difference between him and Prescott as well. I'll be very honest.
I agree with you. He played well. Yeah. He went like 4-0, I think, at the time too. Yeah, so I mean, it was insane. Let's switch to one more team, Always favorite team. Dennis Allen, man, New Orleans Saints, your favorite team.
Well, you know, the Cowboys need a coach, so there you go.
The coach right now, and what's happening with Saints?
They're not even worth talking about, man. It's terrible. I'm just hoping for the first pick next year.
Man, okay.
Well, yeah, what happened with the Saints?
I think a clean house. I think the deadline's tomorrow. I think, right? Or trade deadline's tomorrow. This week, sometime. I don't know when. Yeah. I think New Orleans cleans house. I think they clean house.
Well, they just signed Kamara a 2-year deal, so I'm not a big Derek Carr fan, but I think he is doing better in this offense than he was with the Raiders. I don't know, man. I want Drew Brees back.
Bring him out of retirement.
I need to come back out of retirement.
See all the stuff with Mike Thomas calling out Derek Carr, Olave. I mean, they're also saying that Olave got injured because of Derek Carr, the way he threw the ball and all that stuff. Like, do you put that a lot on Derek Carr?
No, I don't.
I don't.
Yeah. That last hit, he was hit by. Yeah, dude. There were 4 flags that went out right when that hit happened, man. That was a really bad hit.
If the cap was gonna come off, the flag was gonna go. It's like, dude, that hit you saw was bang, bang, bang like that.
Yeah.
The defender was already in the airborne, and the way Olave went, it was right in the sandwich, right there in the middle. So no, it's not Derek Carr. I don't know what Michael Thomas is even talking about, to be honest. And did you hear Derek Carr's response to Michael Thomas? Such a high level, you know, like he's such a respectful guy. He's like, look, man, I have no issues with him, you know, I'm very professional. Yeah, no issues with him. It's okay, you know, but like, again, I don't think it was Derek Carr's fault. That throw wasn't, you know, meant that way, harm, but I don't know. I mean,
you know,
look, Saints are 2-0, man.
I'm not being biased, but I'll be very honest with you. Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Kamara, Carr is not a bad team at all.
They're not.
You know, I mean, they haven't won, but yeah, I know they start off 2-0, and they should have won the next 2 games too. They should have been 4-0, but they just need another coach, man. I mean, they have great defense as well, but I did not see this coming this year. I'll be very honest with you. I thought they'd be at 4-4 or 5-4,
But you know what?
5-3
Derek Carr
at this
got
point.
injured. That's what messed. But Derek Carr got injured, and that's what went
Messed
down.
the whole
Basically,
momentum
I
up.
think Derek Carr. Exactly, man. They're right there, dude. They're a high-scoring offense. Like they could have, dude. Every possession they scored in the first two games. That has never been done in NFL. First two games, every position they scored a field goal or a touchdown. No punts. That's insane.
Yeah. Game 3 and 4
insane,
they should have won as well. It was very close. But hey, I'm just looking for the first round pick for next year. That's what I want now.
Really?
All right, let's get into predictions for Week 10. We'll just go around the table. I'll say who's playing at where, and you guys just tell me who you guys got. Okay, you gonna write this down for everybody?
All right.
And see what our record's gonna be, right? All right. So Thursday Night Football, we have the Bengals and the Ravens. This is gonna be in Baltimore. The Ravens are favored by 6. Give me the Ravens here. Okay, what we got?
Ravens too.
So do I. Ravens.
Same, man.
All right.
Ravens.
Then we got a game that no one's going to watch, which is the Giants against the Panthers. The Giants are favored by 5. This is going to be in Munich. Poor Germany. I don't know. God, give me the freaking Giants. This is this unwatchable game.
Is Neighbors back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
does it matter?
He's back.
No, I got Carolina.
Here?
I got the Giants.
I got the Giants.
All right, then we got the Patriots and the Bears. The Bears are favored by 6.5 in Soldier Field. God, the Bears, what a season.
Oh.
I mean, I would choose against them, but give me the Bears because the Patriots are just as bad.
Yeah, I got the Bears too.
Same. Bears.
I'm gonna pick the Patriots in this one. I mean, they were able to beat the Jets, so
I do think it's gonna be a 3-point game. Whoever wins gonna win by three or less points.
Okay.
3-6, you never know.
Yeah. All right, then you got the Bills and the Colts in Indy. Bills are favored by 4. Give me the Bills here.
Yeah.
I got Bills
bad.
All the way.
yeah, I'll go with the Bills.
Sweet. Bills all the way.
You got Bills?
Yeah, I got Bills. Correct.
Yeah. All right, cool. So next game we got is Kansas City and Broncos in Kansas City. KC is favored by 8.5 points, the highest spread next week. Give me the Chiefs, man.
Is Mahomes back?
Mahomes playing, yeah.
I don't know.
No, he looked fine. He looked fine though.
But he didn't come back though after the injury. He didn't come back.
Want to rest
he did.
Just to be safe.
He did.
Want to rest him.
Oh, okay.
He did.
Who the Chiefs playing? Sorry, who the Chiefs playing?
Broncos.
I got Broncos. I think that's gonna be an upset. They've got to lose one game.
Ooh. 8.5. All right.
And this is totally off the chart. I'm just saying. I'm trying to get that one game that no one calls. I think Denver takes it. Yeah.
I mean, even if the backup, if Mahomes didn't play, even the backup, I still think the KC beats them. But
yeah, let's see.
Right, you got the Saints and the Falcons.
I also got
been
Broncos on that one too.
Yeah, Broncos too. Okay,
What?
so 2 Broncos. All right.
Broncos have a pretty good defense. I feel like they can do something right there.
All right, let's see. All right, then you got the Falcons and the Saints. Could have been a good matchup. In New Orleans, the Falcons are only favored by 3.5 points. So, in this one, give me the Falcons. Though I mean, they're kind of red hot right now.
I want the Falcons too.
Oh man, I want to say Saints so bad, but I think I'm gonna take it upset with KC. No, I think the Falcons. Yeah, it's the Falcons, man. I just need to pull one upset that no one. But Carrier also tipped Broncos, so it can't be an upset now. So, but yeah, I got Falcons as well.
Right, fire. You got Panthers, man, over Giants. We all pick Giants.
Panthers.
You got Panthers. Don't worry.
That's that.
Yeah, you got Panthers.
You know what?
Right,
Change it. I'm gonna go
thing
Saints. Let's go. I'm gonna go to Saints. Just do it.
Wow.
Let's do Saints.
Wow.
I think Kamara's gonna have a very big game. He's gonna have the same game he did in game 1 this year.
Yeah, you had a crazy game 1.
That's huge. 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Put me down for the Saints.
Okay.
He's in my fantasy team. All right. I got the 49ers and the Buccaneers in Tampa. The 49ers are favored by 6.5. Give me the 49ers. They say them CMC might come after the game.
I got Tampa.
I got CMC on my fantasy, so you better come.
With it all year from this. You got who?
I got Bucks. Don't worry, Elvish and my brother were both waiting for CMC, dude. So what you come back.
Don't get me started, man. No, I got Tampa.
Is Evan supposed to be back? Is Evan supposed to be back yet or not?
Yeah. I think Evans is back.
Yeah,
Is it this week or next week?
Ooh.
I think it's this coming week now.
Yeah. All right, you got the Steelers.
I got the Niners in that game.
You got the Niners? Okay.
I got you. All right,
I got the Steelers and the Commanders. Might be a game of the week in Maryland, in Washington. Washington favored by 2.5 points only. God, give me the Steelers here. Actually, I think the Steelers are kind of on the roll here.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the
Really?
Steelers as well. Yes, I got the Steelers as well.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the Steelers as well.
I think it's a be a much. It's gonna be a bigger score than people expect. I think Steelers win by at least 14 points.
I got my DD station. DC.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
We got the Vikings and the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Vikings are favored by 4 points.
I got the Jags.
It's very sweet.
I got the Yep, I got the Jags.
Dang.
Yep.
This is being played in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where the hell it's playing, man.
No, man. Jacksonville has a pretty good defense. Their defense is pretty good. I think it's the offense that sucks, with Trevor Lawrence being up and down. But I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on Darnold, man. I don't know. I don't know how he keeps winning these games, man. I mean, you got Darnold and Geno Smith. They both left the Jets, and all of a sudden they're great. I don't get it.
It's the Jets. That's the issue.
It's the Jets.
Look, Aaron Rodgers. Poor guy is having the worst time of his life.
Yeah,
you got to go to the darkness.
He's having Russell Wilson experience right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers looks like Matt Stafford in Detroit. So
poor guy. We got the Titans and the Chargers in Inglewood and SoFi. Chargers are favored by 7.5 points. Give me the Chargers. The Titans again.
I got the Chargers too.
They suck, bro. Chargers all the way.
Chargers.
All right. This could have been a game of the week, but probably not. Is the Eagles and the Cowboys in AT&T Stadium. Eagles are favored by 7.5 points. Give me the Eagles. Holy shit.
Yeah, I got the Eagles too.
Yeah, Eagles.
Cowboys.
Every week.
No pressure. They have no pressure now. They're out. They're gonna have fun and they're gonna show out, man. No pressure. They know they're out of the playoffs. They're gonna play free and they're gonna stun the world and definitely beat the Eagles. They'll wake up.
The only way the Cowboys win is if Sirianni goes in there and injures his own player.
No, but listen to me. Look.
There's pressure, brother. You know Jerry Jones is not gonna like it if you go out there and just lay an egg in.
They have been laying eggs.
He's gonna kill every single person in that team, man.
Against the Ravens, they laid an egg. Against whoever other team, they laid an egg.
Lions,
they've been laying eggs. Yeah, they've been laying eggs, dude. It's not new. Jerry Jones should be ready for this egg laying right now, dude. They're gonna win. Watch, Cowboys are gonna win this.
All right. The next game we got is the one that Canel's gonna be watching very carefully. It's the Cardinals and the Jets in Glendale. The Cardinals are favored by only 1 point. Give me the Cards here, actually. I think they win it.
I got the Jets.
Jets. Jets. Let's go, baby.
I got the Jets, too.
Jets, all right.
Jets.
All right, next up, we got the Lions and the Texans in Houston. The Lions are favored by 3. The Texans' offense looks bad, so give me the Lions.
Yeah, I got the Lions as well.
Go ahead. Kenil.
Who's Stroud gonna throw the ball to? No one.
He's in a run.
Just throw it in him.
Yep. By himself. So I do not have.
Is Nico Collins not back this week? Is it next week?
I think it's following week.
I'm not sure.
It's not next week. I'm not sure about that. I think it's following week.
This is tough. I'll probably go with the Lions. If Nico Collins was there, I probably would have picked Texans.
I'll give you one more. Yeah. I think Stroud gets injured in this game too.
Ooh.
Because I think he's gonna try to do too much.
Yeah, he has been trying a lot. That's true.
He has a habit of running, man, when he shouldn't be running. So
he looks like Jordan Love out there sometimes.
Yeah,
that's a compliment.
Some questionable plays that are being thrown out.
That's a compliment.
I was like, what is that?
Jordan Love is
where are we throwing it?
Top 5 quarterback in the league. That's a compliment.
What? Oh my god. This is like Kenil and his LeBron, the top 5 player in the league right now. Okay. All right. Lastly, Monday Night Football. Probably no one's gonna watch because it's a terrible 2 teams. We got the Rams and the Dolphins in SoFi. God, so this is a toss up. Give me the Rams. I guess they're at home.
How is that toss up?
I got the Dolphins, dude. I got the Dolphins.
I'll go with the Rams.
Whose house?
Dolphins'
Rams
house. All right.
Chargers' house because they share a stadium.
Did you put down Dolphins for me, Kenil?
I got you. Don't worry.
Okay. I don't want you saying anything on Monday. I told you so.
Hey, we are recording. Don't worry of this.
Perfect.
YouTube. You can go back and listen to all these predictions. Don't worry.
You guys want to dip into a little bit NBA, or are you guys good?
Yeah, I mean, you have a Boston fan right here, man, who won
Yeah,
a
I know.
championship.
I want to get a Boston and a Blazers fan input here.
And Blazers right here, Scoot Henderson coming off the bench, Talk
From
about
the
that,
championship to the lottery. Let's go through it. How
From
we
the
looking,
top to the
Boston?
bottom. We're on top
Yeah,
from the bottom right here, guys.
And where the Lakers at right now?
Number
somewhere in
2
the middle,
overall, best team.
right in the middle
Number
somewhere.
2.
All right, during the end of the season,
We lost to Detroit, so we're actually in the bottom four.
We'll talk closer to the end of the season to see if the Lakers are in the play-in.
We're not. We
That
won't be. Me
he
and Tabitha
has
already have
them
a bet
top
on this.
3. Yeah.
No. I have. No. Hold on, Tabitha. I did not say top 3. Let's take that back. I said that they're gonna be top 5.
Not playing,
right?
but top 5. Yeah.
Top 5. Anywhere in top 5,
have
they'll
them
be
in the
top 5.
play-in.
They haven't been playing, so we have a bet. So if they're in top 5, I win. Anything playing, he wins. Or if they're out, he wins. So.
All right, so
let's talk about
Boston Celtics are 7-1, but the Cleveland Cavaliers are 8-0. Are they legit? Are they gonna be championships?
I don't think Cleveland's gonna make it to. No, I don't think they make it to the championship. I think they have lack of experience when it comes to the playoffs. I think that's gonna kill them. They're gonna do good through the regular season. They might finish. They'll finish top 4 or 5, but I don't think they're gonna stay on number 1 very long. I think the Celtics are the team to beat, and I think this happens. We've had this discussion in the past, where I've said myself as a Celtic fan that I don't think Tatum has got the killer instinct, but this is the year to prove it. He finally has that championship, and he is playing with a killer instinct so far this year. I mean, he's I think averaging 28, 27 points a game right now. That gap between him and Jaylen Brown has just gotten so much more bigger this year. Hopefully he can keep it up. And if they can win it again this year, I think he could get one more if they do it.
Yeah. After the Olympics, he's got to prove himself because he got a lot of DNPs coming off a championship year.
It took it took an MVP for Jaylen Brown to win that, and then we're getting benched by Steve Kerr in the Olympics to get that out of it. Honestly, Boston is loaded. I don't see anybody in the East beating them.
Yeah,
I don't even think healthy Philly. I don't think anyone's beating Boston, right? And to be honest with you, I don't think anyone in the West, unless they get healthy or build some. Boston is just too far ahead, man.
And this is without Porzingis. Remember, Porzingis isn't playing it.
Yeah. Look, Boston has perfect chemistry, perfect fit, right? Especially after they got Drew Holiday. Forget Porzingis. I know you're a big Porzingis fan. I felt once they got Drew Holiday, that was a missing piece. The leader, the captain that they needed. Like, you're gonna laugh at me, but Drew Holiday reminds me of Derek Fisher. That leadership that he brings. He's not going to bring the stats. But he's not better than Tatum, Brown, or Porzingis, but he's that leader that they need in the locker room, and that's what they have.
But did you see how easy he fit into their offense?
Yeah.
As if he's playing with them for years. He does everything no one else wants to do. That's why.
Exactly. He doesn't want to show off, man. So I do think Boston is just good. I think Boston. Well, only way Boston will lose is if they beat themselves. And I'm talking about like injuries or trades like other teams make and become better than maybe. But like Boston is just too good, man. I think
I don't know which team in the East can make a trade, no matter who they get. I don't know that team can beat Boston.
I mean, the Knicks are looking good. The Sixers should look good after everyone's playing, but I still don't think they're better than Boston. And I'm not being biased. I'm being I don't think anyone's better than Boston right now.
On a banner night, usually a team who gets the banner are the team that's getting their ass whooped. And this is the complete opposite. The team who got the banner whooped the shit out of the Knicks. Like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, that wasn't even a ball game. I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah. As a Laker fan, I would say Boston looks unbeatable right now.
I hate saying that, man. But I got to give respect and flowers to the team. I mean, Brad Stevens did a great job. I mean, kudos to Danny Ainge, who drafted, Jaylen Brown and Tatum. But Brad Stevens put in, Drew Holiday and Porzingis. So kudos to him.
He's gonna pull someone else on the trade watch for the bench. I'm telling you, someone that no one expected. Someone that could probably 100%. Be like a starter on another team. He's gonna pull on the bench. You just get close. Wait till they get closer.
I even told you last year too. You're not too high on their bench last year. You thought they weren't going to win because of that. And I told you, you guys don't really need the bench because when it comes to the finals, it's only a 7-man roster and that's it. Yeah. And you guys have the best 1 through 6. And that's it, man. Nothing else. All hands down.
I felt that before they got Porzingis. I think once they got Porzingis, I knew that that was it. That was a missing piece.
Yeah.
Again, Holiday was a big part of it. Very big part of it. So let's see.
Portland just donated Holiday to freaking to Boston. Here you go.
Yeah.
Give us nothing.
Yeah, that was a
give us an injured Robert. No, give us injured Robert. What the center name is? Robert Williams, whatever his name. Yeah, give us injured him. Don't give us anybody else. Don't give us Derek White or don't give us anybody else or draft pick.
Anything that we can do to hurt the Lakers even more just brings joy to our face. And I like to see Dame win a championship. So if Bucks can come out from the East somehow.
No, Bucks are done.
1-6. They lost a terrible game today.
Yeah.
You'll laugh at me, but you'll laugh at me if this continues. I'll tell you right now, by December, Doc is fired, and Darvin Ham's going to take over. Watch. If this continues.
Doc should have never gotten this job. He is the worst and overrated coach ever.
He'll be fired, and Darvin Ham's going to get the job. Watch.
He should have never gotten
I agree.
this job.
Doc, they should have kept Adrian Griffin from last year. They started out really well, right?
They had a better record.
Yeah.
30 and 17.
26
better
and
record.
What, something. Yeah.
No, they're 30 and 17 when they fired him.
30, and then Doc.
And then ever since they got Doc, they struggled.
I agree with Tapas though. I don't think that any team in the East can make any trade that would even make him even close to Boston. I think the closest team to Boston is going to be Philadelphia when they all come back healthy. That's the only team I can see giving them a hard time. I mean,
if Embiid's not going to play back to back, they're not going to be a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
So
and plus they're very slow. I don't think Philly can keep up with the passing that Boston has. I'll be very honest with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's no real threat to the Boston in the East. But to the West, Portland, we're struggling right now. How are we looking? What's the outlook in Portland, man?
I think we beat the New Orleans Pelicans today.
Yeah,
I think we have 3 wins on the season.
Yep.
So
I was expecting 3 and 5.
I was expecting that we were gonna start 0-7 or be the last team that hasn't won a game, but surprisingly we've won 3 games, and obviously we're not going to be making the playoffs, but hopefully it's a lottery play. We have decisions to make, because Jeremy Grant doesn't fit into our future, obviously, and there's going to be a trade market for him for those playoff contenders, whether it's in the East or the West. So I think Jeremy Grant's probably going to be dealt. Robert Williams might be traded as some team might need additional depth at center. And I can see that. I like Anthony Simons. Yeah. Anthony Simons, I like to keep him, but let's see what happens with him. But I do think that Jeremy Grant gets traded by the trade deadline, and right now our immediate future is the lottery and build through the draft and get better that way.
I feel that Portland are 3 and 5, and that's the worst shit ever, right? The reason why I say that is Portland should be more like 0 and 8 right now. That's the best case scenario for them, because I'll be honest with you, if you want to recover and get back to that playoff mode, this upcoming draft is a draft to be 1 or 2.
Yeah, but tanking doesn't necessarily guarantee you a number 1 pick, right?
It doesn't. It gives you a better odds. It gives you a better odds, right? No, I agree.
No. We've seen that team with the West record doesn't end up with the number 1 pick, even though it gives them better odds, right? So
it doesn't. But still, you want to. I mean, honestly, if you're Portland, have nothing to play for, right? I'd rather just tank and hopefully get that better odds and saying
they've been tanking. They couldn't even get Jordan right, bro. They've been doing nothing but tanking. Let me ask you: Is the GM for Portland the same GM that the Clippers used to have? Is it the same guy?
No. Yeah, he was fired 2 years ago.
Oh, Neil Olshey.
Neil Olshey. Yeah.
Shea, okay. Yeah, man. Portland just can't get it right, man. And I want them to be good so bad. Because I remember the 90s when that was a fun team to watch, man.
Dude.
Great team to watch. I want them to get back there, but they're still a long way from it. Long way.
I miss it, man. I miss the game 7, up by 15, and Lakers coming back, and I miss those things.
That game that was fixed, right? Yeah, because that doesn't happen usually. Like with 5 minutes left, up by 15, and then the team just chokes, right? Because obviously people in Vegas want to make their money, right? So it has to be a fixed game because there's no other way to explain that game.
I'm sorry, man. I don't think anyone's betting on Portland. I don't think anyone's betting on Portland in Vegas.
I'm talking about that particular game in Game
Portland could have
7.
Michael Jordan. They still would have bet on the Lakers.
They're becoming the Clippers, where the old Clippers, where people would come to Clippers games to watch other teams play, not their own team. That's what's happening with Portland, man. And I hate to say that
the Lakers could have had Tatum.
Yeah.
Right?
But I want Portland to be good so bad.
And you know, the Warriors stunk for the longest time, but then they built to their draft and then they acquired key free agents and they won 4 championships. So I think
Here, let me ask you a question without being biased.
The Red Sox didn't win for 100 years, and then they came back from 2003 and won the World Series, and then they went on to win a couple more World Series. So at some point, it's going to be our time. That's what I'm trying to say.
When
let me ask you a question.
Kids are adults, they'll be good. Okay.
So, do you think Portland's going to have a better record or Utah? And be completely honest with me.
I think Utah will probably have a better record.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is good, man.
Yeah, I think so
they have
too.
young people like Laurie Marketing and them, who can put up,
Utah's 1-6.
All I'm saying is, look, man, the Lakers will stun the roll and win the World Championship this year, guys. We'll go to the break together. Kumbaya.
Lakers' future is at Bronny James. They have another budding superstar in Bronny James.
All right, before we finish up, all right, I want to get your guys' take.
Do you guys want? Does Portland want Bronny James? We'll give him for free.
Yeah.
I'll make the trade right now.
We'll give you a nickel. We'll give you a nickel for it.
Hey, it's better than a penny. I'll take it.
Listen to me. All right. Okay. How about this? Before we end this off, right? This is a really hot take. We want to get you guys' honest opinion, no bias, literally no bias at all, right? Tapas agrees elsewhere. I agree differently, right? So I think LeBron is a top 5 NBA player right now.
Top 5, man. Not this again.
Top 5 right now. And if you look at it 1 through whatever, I think LeBron is top 5, and Tapas doesn't think he's even in top 10. Tapas thinks he's top 20, but not top 10 either. So I feel LeBron is still at his top 5 game level. I mean, you have Giannis, Luka, Joker. But I'll still put LeBron in there in the top 5. What is your guys' take? Don't be biased. Right now, where LeBron's playing at age of 41 or whatever he is, or 40, year 22, what do you see here?
I don't think you should. If you're saying right now, then you shouldn't be looking at age, right? If you're just right now from statistics and the way he's playing, I don't think he's a top 5. Now, I do think he's a top 5 overall, as far as full career, all time. But this year, if you take off the age, you take off all the, I don't think he's top 5 right now. I don't.
So who do you have in the top 5 then?
Who, me? I have Luka.
Well, no.
I have Giannis. Go ahead.
I think Luka's there. I think Embiid is there. I think Tatum could be there, but I don't think he's top 5 either. I think he's border.
Look,
I'll put Tatum in there.
My argument is this.
His teammate, Anthony Davis.
No, my argument is this. My argument is this, right? In the World Championship, right? In Olympics.
Oh, God. No, come
everyone
on.
lead on LeBron. Everyone lead on LeBron.
Bro,
LeBron's the one who bailed them out.
You cannot bring the Olympics into this. Stop,
dude.
You
have to understand.
Nothing.
Hold on. You have to understand one thing.
You have the best players.
He's a top 5 leader. I'll give you that. Top 5 leader. Go ahead. You have that.
Let me tell you one thing.
He's not
LeBron,
a player.
There's such a big gap in age. LeBron is a GOAT for a lot of these younger players. Okay. And I think they look up to him and they want him to be there, right? He's just a GOAT to them. If these kids are what, 20, 21? How long has LeBron been playing? 20, what years?
22 years.
22 years. They're the same age as long as he's been playing, right? So I think to them, it's out of respect. He's the GOAT. Let him be the GOAT for them, right? It doesn't matter what he did in the Olympics. He should be doing what he did in the Olympics, to be honest.
It's kind of like Kobe did.
Yeah.
In the Olympics. Kobe wasn't a top 5 player at that time, but Kobe did in the Olympics.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
You guys think Steph Curry is top 5 right now?
Yes, I put him in there.
I think he's always I think he's top 5.
I think
he's at 5.
I put him ahead of LeBron.
No, I'm talking about this season so far.
I think so. I think Steph Curry is better than LeBron right now. I do.
Yeah.
This year. We're talking about this year.
Yeah.
I don't think we're ever going to see another player like LeBron. I don't think we're ever going to see another player like Steph Curry either. I'm sorry. I think Steph Curry, what he's done with his statistics, it's going to take a long time for someone to follow that. I'll be very honest. Steph Curry's done a lot.
The way I look at my top 5, right, is that this is the way I look at it, right? Look, take Boston out of the equation. Boston's the best team, right? But if you put LeBron right now, if you put LeBron in a Sixers team, they'll win a championship. If you put him in a Miami team with Jimmy Butler, they'll win a championship right now, right? That's what I say, right? You can't say that by Anthony Edwards. You can't say that by Shai Alexander. If you put Shai in Sixers, they might beat Boston, but we don't know, right? But if you put LeBron in Sixers, they will beat Boston. When you have Paul George, Embiid, and LeBron, but if you put you think Shai is a top 5, right? If you put Shai in the Sixers team, you can say maybe they can beat Boston, but no, when you put LeBron in it, they will beat Boston. That's what LeBron is.
But Boston is
I don't think
Boston is a very
so.
Boston is a very team-oriented team. There's not ever going to be one clear person better than everyone else. There's different people going to have big nights with Boston, right? So as far as Boston's concerned, that's different, right? It's a team. They're playing as a team. Anyone can take the statistics, right? You put LeBron in a lot of these teams, they'll be better. But I don't think if you put him in Miami, they're gonna win it. Yeah. There's no way.
Yeah,
not with Miami.
Only in your mind do you think that's gonna happen. But
maybe Golden State.
In Miami, you take away Jimmy Butler. You think LeBron can achieve what Jimmy Butler is? Because you have to take away their best player, right? And then you replace him with LeBron. So you take away Jimmy Butler, you put him in Miami. You think you can have the same results?
Team, make up right away. LeBron will get for example,
you take out
the sorriest team. The sorriest team will probably make the play-in tournament.
Yeah, but you can't do this. But you can't do this. You can't do this. But if you're gonna look at it, you gotta look at it realistic. There's a freaking salary cap. There's no way you can add LeBron to these teams without having to let go of someone.
Now, as a free agent, right? No, fine. LeBron, Blazers signed him for 1 year, $30 million, or 1 year, $40 million, right? That team will be playing Blazers right now. If you put your top 5, Shai Alexander, I don't think that'll be a playing team. Would you or no? I'm asking you a question. If you put it right now,
I think if you put any of those players in the Blazers, they're not a playoff team. You put LeBron or you put Michael Jordan.
Team. I think you.
No, I don't think so. I agree with that. I don't think so.
Man.
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
I agree with my brother. I think if you put LeBron on the Blazers right now.
You're thinking legacy-wise.
Even if you put Jordan right now, if you put Jordan right now on the Blazers, they'll go to the playoffs and they'll go to the conference finals. If you put Jordan on the Blazers right now,
but LeBron, that's what I feel. If you're a top 5 player, you elevate the team, right? The whole thing. You put Steph in Blazers right now, they'll be a playing team. That's why I consider Steph a top 5, right? But if you put like Anthony Edwards in the Blazers, they won't make a playing team right now, man. Shai, they won't make it. I don't think it moves the needle that big, right? But if you put a guy like Steph Curry in Blazer for 1 year, $40 million, or LeBron 1 year for $40 million, Blazers will be a 8th or 9th best team right away. Just right away, just having them, they're gonna become that good because it brings in so much, leadership and playing at that level. Because I'm not saying LeBron sucks right now. At year 22, playing so well, and I agree with what Obi said. Yeah, all these players looked up to him. But it's not about that. It's LeBron took it when the game was on the line. Well, give me the ball, like what Kobe asked, right? Give me the ball and get out of my way. We're gonna win this game, right? There was time when games against I don't know what country we needed a bucket, right? LeBron's like, give me the ball, and I got Steph did the same thing in the championship game in the Olympics, right? He's like, give me the ball, I'll shoot that 3 over Gobert, whoever the hell he shot over, right? And that's what top 5 is all about. Anthony Edwards was on that team. He didn't.
But you're naming players that are not top 5. You're naming Shea and Anthony Edwards, who is not a top 5 in this league.
They're in top 5.
No, they're not top 5.
No, none of us three here has said Shea or Anthony Edwards are top 5.
Okay.
We can right now count who we consider to be top 5. So we can probably all agree that Luka is a top 5.
Yeah.
So that's 1.
Yeah.
Tatum is a top 5. So that's 2. We would agree that Giannis is a top 5.
Yep.
That's 3.
I don't know about Tatum.
I agree with you. I don't think Tatum's top 5. As a Celtics fan, I think he's very close to 5 or 6.
Right now, as currently played, Tatum's probably the MVP candidate.
True. Now you're right. Actually, if you look at the first 7 games, yes, you're right. 5. First 7 games, correct.
Yeah.
Do we put Jokic in there?
Yeah, Jokic.
I think Jokic is there too. Jokic and Embiid are definitely in there.
Embiid.
Anthony,
I'm not gonna put Embiid. I'm not gonna put Embiid. So Nikola Jokic, that makes 4. That makes 4 players. Okay, bro, we're not talking. No, Anthony Davis, no way.
He's played well this year, man. Putting up 30 points.
Okay, so even have that thing with Anthony Davis. You put Anthony Davis. You just talked that that's a top 5 right there. You put Anthony Davis.
No, I'm talking about right now. You guys talking about statistically right now, right?
We got 4 players. So now we have to decide between Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, and LeBron James. And I'm going to give the edge to LeBron James because I think he has more of an effect on the team than a Steph Curry would.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying.
If you were to put Steph Curry
I would put AD. I would put Steph Curry in first.
You put AD in front of Steph Curry?
No, in fifth place, I would put either AD or Steph, or instead of LeBron.
I think the way LeBron has effect
But
on the game, the way he's
is
playing
able
so
to
high, man.
be AD's able to be AD because of LeBron.
Because of LeBron.
AD was
Yeah.
AD in his old team too. He was Mr. 20, 25, 10.
He was just putting up numbers.
Putting in numbers.
So like Shannon Sharp says, empty calories, because your team sucks, you're the best option.
Like
so
Edwards.
You're going to score, So
Edwards putting up numbers right now, crazy. It's going nowhere right now.
But Minnesota's good, though, right? I mean...
after they made that trade, they can become mediocre. After they made that trade,
they got mediocre. Worse with the trade.
Yeah, they became mediocre.
But I think if you put LeBron on most of the teams,
they'll get better.
They're going to be instantly better.
They'll get better.
Whereas
you
can't say that same thing about Steph Curry. If you put Steph Curry on Portland, I mean, is he going to lead them to maybe I can see him in the play-in, but not the playoffs.
Look, okay.
LeBron brings the leadership, the passing.
Dang, that was going good.
Yeah, I know.
He was agreeing with you too.
Both your guests need better internet service, man. Both of them.
My gosh. Hey, that'll be the requirement, Tappas, for it today. Make
sure you check the internet. Fiber internet.
Or sit on the internet while you're on this podcast, man. Oh my god!
But yeah, LeBron's not top 5. Just stop it, man. No one's agreeing with you here, man. It's only you shouting to the clouds. That's all.
Man, all right.
If LeBron's top 5, we would not lose to the Pistons today. LeBron, if he's top 5,
but that's 82 games, right, man? You're gonna have that. I mean, I don't really look into it too much.
No excuses, bro. Top 5 players don't make 82 excuses, games, right? Top 5 players don't make excuses.
Look, man, I hate
82 games.
I hate to say this, but LeBron couldn't win a championship anywhere alone, man. He needed Kyrie, he needed Wade. He couldn't do it on him by himself, man. And I feel so bad because he should have been able to do it. But then again, basketball has changed a lot as well. You cannot compare now with the 90s, with the 80s. Every decade has been a completely different type of basketball.
I mean, there's only probably one handful of people that have done it by themselves, and that's maybe Dirk Nowitzki, and that's it. Everyone else got help, right? Like Shaq. I mean, Shaq got help by Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe got help by Powell.
Yeah.
Tatum needed Jalen. Jalen needed Tatum. If you're looking at the Bad Boys Pistons, that's another team that had no superstars. They won like that, That's like Nowitzki. But I mean, if you go back to the 90s, Bird needed all those other players. I can't remember their name, but Magic needed Worthy and Cooper and all them, right? I mean, everyone needs each other, right? Like Jordan needed Scotty, I mean,
but none of those teams, other than I would say Lakers with Magic and Kareem, I don't think any of the other teams had two big superstars. They all had role players that fit in as starters perfectly, but no one, Magic had. I mean, Cooper, Byron Scott, all these guys were role players, right? But Kareem was a better player than Magic when he came into the Lakers. Don't forget. So those are two super. To me, that was very similar to the Dwayne Wade. But it was Kareem. But
he was still better, dude.
He was better than Magic when he came in. That was different. But now it's like superstars are ganging up together. Look at Durant. Yeah. He left and went to Golden State.
Yeah.
Think about that. Without Durant, Steph Curry had role players, right? Klay Thompson wasn't as great as Steph Curry. There's such a big gap. But he needed Kevin Durant as well, or Kevin Durant needed him to come and win a championship as well. Basketball's not the same anymore, man. And I think the way Boston is playing, it's going back. If teams start playing or building their team according to the Boston, it's going right back to the 80s. That's why you feel that everyone on the Pistons were superstars. No, they weren't. They all played their role.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Boston, but Jordan is still Jordan, man. I'm sorry.
Last 3 years, NBA champions have been all homegrown teams. You got the Boston Celtics, you got the Denver Nuggets, and you got the Warriors, all homegrown.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a trend. Instead of buying and, like Keneal always says, trading for the highest bidders.
Maybe another one like that, homegrown talent.
Tank, man, Tank. Cooper Flag is coming, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna wreck the league, man.
We got the center with Klingon.
Maybe we have Jordan Love play for Portland because since he can throw the ball far away into the other team's basket.
Top 5 quarterback, man. I mean, top 5 quarterback. I don't know what to say.
Top 5 quarterbacks if I were at it. My God.
Here we go, man.
This can go on forever, man. This is awesome.
All right, man. It's all about who dat nation, bro. That's it. That's it.
Who that nation? Gosh.
Yeah,
One
right
day.
now it is.
But no.
We should have a bet. Who's likely to make the playoff, the Rams or the Saints?
Oh, the Rams. The
The
Saints aren't
Rams
going
are
to
going to
make
make
the
the
playoff.
playoffs.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, oh, the hot take. The Saints are
No,
going to come back. I mean, the
I
Saints
don't think
division
so,
is
man.
kind of weak, honestly.
Who-
I'm not a true
we
believer in
can
the
go
Falcons
farther.
being the best.
Rams or the
The
Packers?
Saints can make a run.
That's what we should do.
Packers.
Not wait for the
You know what?
playoffs.
Like you said, Tappers can go on and on, man. But this has been
Yeah.
great. Our first guest, my brother and my other brother Elvis right there too. Both of you guys, man, with the Yankees take. But it was good to have you guys, man. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed your time on Brown Ball Podcast, man.
Definitely, man. Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah,
It was probably
thanks for
one of
having
the
us.
highlights of the month for me, man. I'll be very honest with you.
This is awesome, guys. We should do it again
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
my
man.
first podcast, so it was a pleasure being on.
If I had one,
yeah.
I'd plug
Of
my
course, man.
podcast, but I don't have one yet. Maybe next time I have one by then.
Give us a preview.
So
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking of putting together a podcast of. So as you all know, I was divorced. I went through a very bad
Yeah.
divorce, and then with the divorce, I'm now remarried. Now she's sleeping right here, which is the best decision I've ever made in my life. But when I went through this divorce, Keneal, you and Kayo, you have always been there with me throughout the whole process. But there's times when you need to work on yourself and understand what's happened, and there's really no one you can. There's times when even I had a gap from you guys that you can't talk to people that have gone through something similar, right? So I want to start something where I talk about that whole process of divorce, what you go through, how it is, and then going back into the dating scene. I have had some crazy dates. I've met many women that look like they ate the woman in the picture when they showed up. Let's put it that way. And I'm working on it right now. We're trying to put something together where I have enough guests who can come on and share their online dating experiences. So that's a little take on it of what I'm working on.
Ooh.
Hopefully I'll have something within the next month or two. I've spoken to a couple of women as well that are also interested, and a couple of men that are interested in joining the podcast and sharing their experiences as well. Dating is not like how it used to be 20 years ago, man. Everything's
Damn
in your
true.
hand now, right? So everything's so more accessible. Everything's a numbers game. There's a time when I went for a date and I was on the phone with Keneal and she showed up and she must have been 400 bills, man. And I just drove off. I feel bad for being an ass, but I just said, Keneal, what should I do? Go just leave. I left. So
You put the window down and you're like, sorry, you don't look like your picture, and drove off.
And I left. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I was like, oh.
So that's a preview of what I'm thinking of starting at some point. So I'm looking at maybe about a month or so.
That's exciting, man. That'd be awesome. Can't wait to hear
It'll
it.
be great.
That'd be awesome,
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Cool.
Yeah, but
All
again,
right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for everything,
joining,
man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. It was great being on. Good experience.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Well,
And
joining
hopefully
the
have
next
us
time,
on again
my
soon.
best friend Tap is here. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Definitely, man. Of course.
All right, Brown Ball's out.
All right, bye.
Peace.
Bye.